Yes, YouTube, what's good? Welcome back to another video. Thought I'd do a little treat for you guys, maybe make this even a series on some brand audits, right? Some brands that I've seen whilst we're kind of looking at the market. A lot of our brands that we currently work with at In Vogue are within the Middle East. So I thought, let me just go ahead and do a free audit and kind of document the audit for you guys to gain some insight of what we're thinking about as a performance-driven agency. This is pretty much just for the case of YouTube, so you guys can get some insights and how we're thinking when we're looking at scale. So this brand is called Labrisa. If you guys are watching this, Labrisa, this is purely for some feedback, purely to commend you guys as a brand and just kind of give some free information out there to the rest of the market that are potentially looking at scaling their brands. And this is just a matter of our opinion. We've been in the industry for 6 years now, spent over 50 million on ads. But if you guys watch this is just purely for market feedback, market value. So they're doing a paddle theme, which I love. Okay, I've been very, very heavily into paddle over the last few months. But this brand is called Labrisa. These guys are a brand, I believe, based within the UAE, and they obviously ship to the UK also. But first impressions of the website is it does look super clean. Okay, nothing crazy. I would say this main header could be a little bit of overkill because it is taking up a lot of real estate, a lot of space. But the great thing is that they have gone straight in to their to the product pages straight away, right? Like on the home page. They're not kind of waiting and doing a whole bunch of reviews, all that stuff at the very front. They've done a little bit of a cool header. I would say it's too big. It's like way too large. It's taking up a lot of real estate, but besides that, I think it's not too bad. But this is the brand, okay? What we're actually going to do is I'm going to bring you guys to here and kind of walk you through the growth audit for this brand. So these are the strengths so far. They have a really cool premium position, okay? They position themselves as a premium lifestyle brand, attachment to the paddle and the yoga and that kind of modern chic chick. That's probably what a lot of you guys here may have as a brand. And they're kind of obviously trying to appeal to that mass market. Their visual identity is pretty good. They've got strong key cohesion colors. Okay, they have high-end photography. They've gone all out on spending on good different shoots, good different photography pattern. They've got a bunch of UGC going on as well. And it also looks like they're building a active community engagement around Pilates, paddle, that kind of modern chic lifestyle of that early to mid 30s, 40s woman that they're probably trying to target as their audience, right? They have a really good digital experience, seamless website, customer journey. The biggest opportunity is as follows. So three different points that we found. The first is the lifestyle focus. They could sell even more on the lifestyle, not just the fact that they sell activewear. Now, this is what I mean by that. They're heavily selling the fact that they do activewear, but they could sell more of a lifestyle even more thoroughly. Okay, so I'm going to go to here, and we can see that the ads that these guys are currently running. If you look at the ads that these guys are kind of running, they're heavily pushing product. They're not really telling a story that well, okay? And this is something that they could potentially work on. They could definitely tell the story a lot more through their actual UGC type of content. They could tell a story a lot more through maybe founder-based stories. They could tell a story more through how they could relate to more paddle, how that person, that ideal customer avatar could feel wearing their pieces of clothing when doing the activities that they're promoting, Pilates, paddle, yoga, all that kind of good stuff, right? But it looks like they've gone heavily like kind of catalog focus with some of these ads here. And catalog focus is okay, by the way. Like this obviously converts pretty well. But if they are looking to really scale, you need to scale with creatives, right? And that is the name of the game. The way Meta has changed nowadays is it's heavily creative focus. Meta is become more advanced and more understanding on their audience targeting and the actual audience levels of campaigns itself. But the creatives could probably be a little bit stronger here. And this is what I mean by this part here, right? More lifestyle focus, sell the lifestyle. Represent do this really well. They sell that lifestyle that everyone wants to be part of Represent because of that lifestyle of the founders, right? Niche identity, okay, they could push more on that Dubai wellness woman identity side of things. They could definitely push on that even more. Make it more relatable, like I said to the earlier point, what that lifestyle looks like for that ideal customer avatar and push that more in the ads themselves. They could maybe do a little bit more storytelling as well. Okay, it is very catalog focused on the brand here, on their ads. They could probably create even more of an emotional attachment to their customers by building an emotional storytelling into their campaigns. How we'd approach this from the creative side of things is as follows within these 4 steps. So the first things first is more of a format split. Okay, we'd have a dynamic mix of prioritizing 70% video-based content and 30% static-based imagery. If you look here, okay, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 videos, 5 videos, and the rest are all still images. Another like 8 or 9 still-based images. We'd flip it the other way around, okay? More video-based content, more dynamic videos, engaging, lifestyles, vlogs, all that kind of stuff. Weekly based UGC, okay, so I'd be very, very big in my clients. I push this for our clients, and it's just the way the market is going right now, is by heavily pushing UGC. UGC stands for user generated content. And what this will look like would be, we will have a consistent stream of weekly UGC content sourced directly from real passionate customers. This is a little bit of source. You can actually reach out to customers and get them to create UGC based content for you, and in return they get discounts or free products and all that kind of thing. And it's authentic if they're already a customer. Yes, you can hire micro influencers. That is also still a really great strategy. But instead of paying a couple thousand for these UGC videos, imagine you just give away some products to people that are already wanting your brand. And this works incredibly well in this current market. Number 3 is, maybe they don't want to, but this would be a massive leverage for them, is produce more founder-based content. Okay, the founders, authentic founder-led content, establishing direct personal connection and brand authority direct to their customer. These perform incredibly well on ads. A lot of the biggest brands that you see are heavily founder-based brands. Besides the mega brands that we're talking about, like we don't go into that, we're talking more like small to medium-sized brands and large brands. We're not talking the Louis Vuittons of the world. We're talking like the Represents, the Minute Devoir, all those kind of brands. They're heavily founder-led based brands, and they convert really, really well. Vlog styles, relatable day in the lifestyle videos, get ready with me videos, this showcasing lifestyle. That for a modern chic girl or woman that they're going to be targeting, love to see that content. How much girls do you see commenting on the post or other girls on their get ready with me, on those day in the life videos, on those makeup tutorial videos? Like, women love to see other women getting dressed and getting changed and doing makeup and seeing what outfits and Pinterest boards they mix together, all that kind of stuff, right? I can't really relate, obviously, but that is what's crushing it for them right now. And that could be a big part of, you know, scaling their ads from the creative strategy side of things. So going into more of a technical analysis, so in terms of their campaign structure, we'd have, for the Google side of things, 40% advantage shopping plus campaigns. We'd also have 30% creative testing, continuously testing new creatives on a weekly basis. Again, like I said, the way Meta's changed over the last few years, it's heavily creative driven. Like, you need to be heavily testing creatives all the time. We'd also do different collection campaigns. 25% of that would look like this. Different landing pages between Pilates, paddle, and travel, and the modern day in the life of that woman that they're trying to target. And then we'll heavily focus on 5%, you know, evergreen UGC testing. Kind of content pillars. These are the content pillars that we would introduce to these clients. And guys, as you can see, from a creative perspective, there is a lot going on, and there's a lot more that they can add to this, right? And this is just what it takes to win. You can't just simply run some ads, spend some money in Facebook, and expect you to get good ROAS. You really have to plan ahead in time with your content pillars and with your creatives to ensure that you actually get a profitable ROAS in 2026. But this is what it looks like for this brand. Pilates lifestyle, okay, paddle lifestyle, founder-based journey content, behind the scenes, killer. That will do incredibly well for a brand like this. Customer transformations, community events, if they do like, I don't know, run clubs or paddle community events, all that kind of thing. Document that, put that on the ads, it'll convert incredibly well. Landing pages, this is so slept on, guys. There's so many brands I speak to on a weekly basis that do not even test different landing pages. Core strategy, have dedicated landing pages, okay? This is going to be the website and different parts of their collections. A paddles collection, Pilates collection, and travel essentials. This will be bespoke pages tailored towards each of these collections that they have, and this will help massively with their conversion rates. Golden rule, never send paid traffic to the homepage. Directed ad spend to a generic homepage often, but not always, but often dilutes the user experience and it dilutes the user intent, and essentially will hurt your acquisition costs. So go direct to the landing pages. It's going to see much better return on investments for you. In terms of the Google Ads side of things, there's some areas that they can work on. The core strategy that would apply for these guys is to target high intent keywords, capturing search-based traffic, looking for premium activewears in the region. It will be more expensive at the start, but as they start to optimize and scale, it will get a lot more cheaper for their cost per acquisition. We would focus on users showing clear commercial intent. People that are searching specifically for specific high intent keywords, we'd rank them and get them onto those words. For example, luxury activewear, Pilates wear, paddle clothing, premium women clothing. This is the kind of keywords that we'll be looking for. These are the 3 ads that will launch tomorrow. So we took on this client tomorrow. This is what I usually would do for a brand like this. Potentially a brand like yours. Wake up at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., whatever it is in the morning, right? Let's just call it the morning. And that routine of them putting on that clothing, documenting behind the scenes, documenting that get ready with me process, and we'll launch that as ads. Wear for paddle. This would be an outfit-focused, high-energy curation of specialized paddle wear. Okay, and how this would be designed for the court and how that woman would wear that on the court, how they document it for social media. Those type of ads will be more UGC-based ads, and that will convert incredibly well. I would even tie into some unboxing-based videos here. Number 3 is to found the story. So how they found Labrisa, why they found Labrisa, what are the struggles, what are the wins that they're facing as a brand, as a story. People love that. People buy into people. And that, especially targeting the women's market, will absolutely crush it. And I'm not sure if the founders ever thought about it, but again, this would be massive win for them, and it will help them really stand out amongst the crowd. Because there are a lot of other fashion brands out there in the Middle East that are doing like active wear for women, right? So in terms of a 90-day roadmap, most of our clients are on 90-day contracts, and then we go rolling month by month after that. But this is what that'll look like. So 90-day roadmap, we'll launch 30 new creatives. It's a lot, but that's how we'll do it. We'll help them recruit monthly UGC creators and introduce AI-based creatives. AI UGC is massively slept on, and it converts incredibly well, and you can create an abundance of them at scale. Expand Google search campaigns. We'll scale the winning creators weekly, of course, and we'll continuously measure their CAC, AOV, and the LTV to ensure they're getting the best possible ROAS out of their investment. Key takeaway for you guys watching this, the key shift that they need is to not just be another clothing brand, okay? Labrisa shouldn't compete merely as a clothing brand. Competing as a clothing brand alone limits their growth and misses the deeper connection of their audience, okay? And there's just so much money going to be left on the table. The vision, a lifestyle brand for the GCC. It should become the definite lifestyle brand for the ambitious women in the GCC, involved in paddle, involved in run clubs, involved in yoga, involved in Pilates, okay? And they should be helped, and they should try focusing on building a community centered around their core values as a brand, okay, and explaining their experiences that the customers are going to have. That is it. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. That is basically what they'll look like. So hopefully you guys found this valuable. Okay, if you guys are looking for an agency, here's our website, invokemarketing.co.uk. We do have a bunch of results and case studies that you can check on, applying everything that I've spoke about on this free audit we do for our clients on a day-to-day basis. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe as always. More content like this is going to be dropping soon. Hopefully you found that valuable, and I'll see you in the next one.